Do you think Paris Campbell is that guy locked into the number 3 spot?
I don't think so. I feel like we're gonna go and maybe draft a wide receiver at some point. I see in our top 30 visits, we have a few wide receivers visiting. What's up, Scott?
One that I want, Brendan Rice. I want Jerry Rice to be around the facility every single week.
I wouldn't be mad at that. But yeah, I see that we are visiting with a lot of wide receivers, and I feel it because I'm not like I'm not fully comfortable with Paris and what's the other boy? Devontae Parker. I'm not fully comfortable with that. I feel like we can have a more like a Olamide Zaccheaus, even though we didn't use Olamide Zaccheaus, like somebody like that, reliable, healthy, durable, versatile wide receiver. So I'm not completely happy with the wide receiver depth. I think we could bring somebody else in here for competition and see how it goes.
Yeah, I wanted Quest to come back. I wanted the Quest back. Man, like Zaccheaus wasn't really doing nothing. Everybody's all stuck.
He wasn't doing that because we wasn't using him.
But Quest wasn't really used right either. You know, get the ball thrown to you 1 out of every, 7 quarters is not going to make anybody good, period. You know, like you lose confidence in yourself real fast, especially if you thought you were good. And then I can tell everybody, Quest went from being a rookie to the starter. You know, he was the number 2 receiver on the team, and he put up big numbers when you asked him to be in that position. Yeah, big numbers like 700, 800 yards. That's big for him, I guess. But, and then you take it away from him. And then you make him sit behind 2 all-pro caliber receivers and give them the ball. Then you got Dallas Gardner to get the ball. Then it's like you throw it into him once out of every 7 games. Do you remember when Kellen Moore was ahead of those Cowboy things? Guess who got their name? Gallup. Gallup was a big guy. He was that 3rd receiver, and I think Gallup even went to the Pro Bowl one of those years.
Gallup was better than Quez, though. What? Yes.
Yes. I'm saying right coordinator. We didn't have the coordinator to get Quez the ball.
Quez is the way he needed to get the ball. Going to do for us. Now I wish him the best in Pittsburgh, but we saw what we was getting from Quez. We saw multiple offensive coordinators, same result. So
he's had some big games though.
They say when somebody shows you who they are, believe them. We saw what we was gonna get from Quez Watkins. Now again, wish him the best. He's still young. He can still turn around, pop it off.
This was my first video. Quest for the 3.
You said what?
That was my first video. Quest for the 3. I wanted him to get the receiver.
Oh, that was your first YouTube video?
Yeah. Quest for the 3. Even last year, I was pushing Quest to have a really big bounce back season. Every year, it seemed like I thought he was going to do it. He just never did. You think Gallup still a free agent? Would you sign him to be number 3?
I would take Gallup.
Yeah.
Especially with the connection to Kellen Moore.
That would actually be a pretty smart pickup, wouldn't it? You have a guy that already knows the offense. Mm-hmm. You help these guys out. And he can be 1,000 yards for us, man. Oh, he says Barkley be a number 3 receiver, right? That's for sure. That's funny, though. What about Odell?
I don't mind no Odell.
He was a Super Bowl MVP 2 years ago. What's 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
What Odell been doing?
Partying.
Did he do anything with the Ravens?
They didn't throw him the ball.
I'm sorry, I haven't seen Odell do anything since that Super Bowl.
Maybe he was just recovering last year, though.
Okay, and that's what I'm saying. I need somebody who's been doing some G. I need somebody who's fresh off doing G, not fresh off.
Pick one number 3 receiver for this football team, and this is like pretty much stay away from all the number 1s, pretty much, because that wouldn't be realistic. Because some of those number 1s will take over number 1 here, or even be 2 here. So if you can pick any slot receiver, draft or on any team right now, your ideal person to play that 3rd receiver, who would it be?
A lad from Georgia.
Lad from Georgia?
Mm-hmm.
I like Lad. I would see him being at the number 3, yeah. For me.
That'll be way too high, though.
What do you mean way too high? What
don't they have him going so high in the draft?
I didn't see none of those cats at the Senior Bowl that we're seeing. We're going very high in that draft.
Mm.
You got to realize all the people that didn't go to the Super Bowl, those are the ones who are talking about going number Aduzaway, whatever his
But
name is.
I thought like his stock went up like at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, he's good, but all those guys are like third rounders.
Okay, we're gonna see.
You know, or he said might be a first rounder, maybe a second round. I feel like all of them are good enough to be in the second round. I would draft Luke, I would draft Brendan, I would draft Lab McConkey and Roman. All four of those cats I would have in a second round or third round if I could get him in the third round. I really want Brendan Rice. I think he reminds me of, you know, a AJ Brown type cat. You know, he got a little size on him, got a little bit of speed on him, can get open in space, and he can catch it everything. And like I said, to have your dad hanging out with Smitty, AJ, and you all the time, you know, talking ball, teaching you how to, you know, be a good receiver, there ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all.
Right. That'd be dope for real.